Growing up as a kid, I had to run away from home. Yes, I did. I sold metals, abandoned metals, okay. When they complained, I got angry and decided to run away from home.
Running away from home on a good cause is advisable, but not me's own.
I didn't last for even 1 week.
And I also ran away from home. But for me, the reason why I ran away from home, I think as I'm growing up, it appears differently to me. The reason why I actually ran away from home. One, I would say that, my siblings were giving birth and I was still like growing, and I felt like people will be saying, and people were saying it like, you're growing, your younger ones are giving birth, and what are you doing? And then I think secondly, I felt like I didn't fit in the community that I was, because you see, sometimes you might find yourself in a situation whereby you feel like you don't fit. A lot of people, they want to learn a trade, and for me, my secured place was education. So I found that kind of hiding place in education, of which some people didn't really understand. Why do you want to go to school? Why do you want? Because I always wanted to go to school, but my younger ones, they didn't see education to be that valuable asset to them. But for me, I realized that for me to have that life that I really wanted, it is through education. But I think now I have grown to understand certain things, that education is not necessarily all that you need in life, but there are other things too. But then, education was my hiding place. Yeah.
I ran away from home like I did. I was very stupid. I got angry. I thought I know it all. I was around 17, 18 or so. I sold metals, abandoned metals. When my uncle complained, I was like, why should he complain? I got angry, so I decided to run away, go and live with a friend. 1 week, I had to run back home because of the struggles. Like, I realized, wow, I can't live on my own.
Maybe I enjoy it.
Yeah, but your story is like a bit different, okay? And I think it's a bit emotional, maybe, I don't know, but we want to hear.
Yeah. For me, I think I ran away twice. One was after JSS.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt at some point in time, the JSS one, I thought my mom wasn't my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, because the training that the woman was taking me through, we were 3 girls and I was the eldest. And this is to mothers. Sometimes don't think the younger ones will grow and then they will come and do whatever they're supposed to do. So they shouldn't do anything when they are growing up. And then all pressure will be on the elderly one. So I will be forcing myself to do everything in the house, and then they will come and then mess it up, and then my mom will not say anything.
So wait, because you are doing everything in the house, that's why you ran away, or that's why you felt she's not your mom?
Yeah, I felt the training the woman was taking me through and me going through was like, it was extreme. If I do something wrong, I felt like there was too much expectation on me.
But maybe she likes you, that's why.
No,
usually...
my mom was giving me extreme expectations. I need to live to that standard. That is why my mom used to see me. I'm the elderly person. So even if the younger ones are not doing, I should do everything. That's understandable. For now, I really understand what she was doing. If I do something small, the way my mother would beat the hell out of me.
Wow.
But for my younger ones, when they do anything, my mom will just leave them and say, oh, leave them, they will grow. Sometimes when we are growing up and we hear leave them, they will grow, we don't understand.
Yes.
Yeah, but now I do really understand.
But
now.
It's obvious your mom liked you, like, yeah, you are.
When you're a child, you don't think like that.
Yeah, so that's why you ran away.
Yeah, you feel like you are being chosen over someone.
And where did you go to?
I came to my auntie's place in Accra.
But you didn't run away.
I ran away because
you went to your auntie's place?
No, I was in Cape Coast and I ran away to Accra.
Accra?
Yeah.
Okay. Did your auntie accept you?
Yes, my auntie did, because when I came back, I'm a very creative person. Mm-hmm. So my auntie really likes me. That was why I ran to her. And when I ran to her, instead of her taking me back, I initiated a business idea. So we were doing a business of which I was helping her to get money. So still I was with her.
Child labor.
Yeah. But before I ran away home, I had completed junior high school. So I made sure that I had worked to get my own secondary admission fee and everything before running away, because the woman I know is my mom. If I leave the house without making sure that my secondary admission, my provisions, child box and everything is not ready, my mom will not pay my school fees to go to secondary school. That's how terrible it was.
Yeah, I see. So are you saying it is good to run away sometimes, or what?
The second time, I think it is good.
So sometimes it feels right to run away, and sometimes it's so wrong. Like my case, like that was a no. Don't you ever do that, okay? Talk about issues. Understand the elderly ones. I have one proverb in tree. I always say, penina obinye bida abrofadie obia yebi pen. You understand? Ask your mom. Your mom will explain. I can't explain. So what happened the second time?
So for the second time, I fell in love with the wrong person. Yeah, I fell in love with the wrong person. And secondly, I realized I'm not supposed to be where I was as at that time. Because growing up, I used to have dreams to see things about my own future. So I kept on telling my mom that I will be a great person, but this is not where I'm supposed to be. And however way that will be that ladder to climb to that success level, it is not anything big, and this is not the place that I'm supposed to be. So I remember one of my cousins visited. By then I was living in my own apartment. We were 3 girls, so we had our own 3-bedroom apartment that we were living in. And then when she came in, she realized that, oh, I don't even have what you have in Accra. And at that very moment I was like, okay, but I still want to live where I am. Then we planned that, okay, when I come to Accra, we'll go and rent a place to stay. So as of 2010, I came to Accra with my own 1,000 Ghana cedis. Because, see, I've been hustling since 8 years. So I know how it takes to make money and all that. So when I came in, we were cool and everything. But along the line, everything changed. And one day, my auntie sacked me from the house. Just because her kids are teaching and then they are receiving 80 Ghana cedis. But when I came to Accra, my first job was to work at the airport, which was paying me 150 Ghana cedis. And that 150 Ghana cedis, because it was a customer service executive or representative job, I used to get a lot of tips. So I had a lot of money.
And even 150, 2010, like, it was big.
Yeah. And for me coming from the village to Accra, I think there was a kind of like, who are you? Like, and then I'm saying about cry. So my auntie literally sacked me from the house.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but when we look at the areas in Accra,
is auntie watching?
I don't really care whether she works or not. She doesn't.
Auntie is in the past. We are just educating.
Yeah. So my auntie sacked me from the house, and that was when the struggle started, moving from one friend to the other to the other to the other. I remember I went to stay with one friend, and then the boyfriend was coming. So at that time there was Yemoh. Yemoh came in, and then the guy was talking to me, and he said, "Hey, Nanny, here, that was the end of me leaving the house."
Your friend sacked you?
Yes, just because her boyfriend said
because
that.
You have assets like gadgets. Wow.
So that was how I left the house. So I moved from one place to the other. I've been on the streets and everything. But I met some people when I was working at the airport. I met some people from my hometown, and then looking at the things that they were doing, I realized that I don't have the capability, I don't have the grace to be doing all those things, moving from one man to the other. But before then, I'd always seen myself doing certain basic things people don't really value, like living with somebody or being a nanny. So by then, my auntie had sacked me from the house, and I've been jumping from one place to the other, and I was so stressed. And I meet a lot of amazing people at the airport.
So why didn't you go back home?
Going back home wasn't an option.
Why? Your mom is there?
My mom, no, it wasn't because of my mom. I just felt like I need a stepping stone in my life, and where I wasn't a place I'm supposed to be. Sometimes you might find yourself in a place where you know that you have to move. You understand? They said everywhere is consumability. Baby, you consume every. Is that what you're
I
saying?
thought it was an English word. I was confused.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I realized that I'm supposed to leave who I was. So I had to, because I had seen it in my dream that I have left and I have moved. And yes, of course, when I left the place and came to Accra, see, I have second class in television producing and directing. My mom doesn't know. My dad doesn't know. I went to do.
You mean like even now? They don't
Now
know?
they don't know.
Now they don't know.
I have diploma. My mom doesn't watch my video. My dad doesn't watch my video.
Guys, please send this video to her mom.
And it's been 10 years that I came to Accra. I talked to my mom and my dad, but nobody knows where I'm staying. Yeah. So instead of considering joining those friends to be in that business like prostitution, I decided to be a nanny. And funny enough, how I even got to be a nanny is another story on its own.
Alright. That story, we'll hear it one day. Not today. No, please. Okay, this is my request.
Okay.
Please tell that story on your channel.
Yeah.
Guys, like, she's going to do it. Like, don't let this be a wasted effort, okay? She's going to do that story. Make sure you go and watch it on her channel, Cuckoo's TV. So, okay, you decided to be a nanny instead of doing prostitution.
Yeah, for me, it took the grace of God. And I think, thank God for parents who invest a lot of Christian morals in their kids. At the end of the day, no matter what it is, yeah, they invested all those spiritual Sunday school and everything in me. So it really helped. When it gets to the tougher side, the only place I could run to was God. There was nowhere that I could run to because the pressure was so high. My friends will look at me and they tell me, people have a very awesome body and shape, but they don't have the beauty. But I have the beauty, I have the body, and I have the intelligence and the brain. So why are you behaving like this? So the pressure was very high. So I could have possibly given in, but to God be the glory. No, I didn't. You understand? I won't say I'm the perfect girl, but I won't say I gave into their request to peer pressure.
So you did the nanny thing for some time, or that's how you were able to go to school and everything? Or?
Yeah. When I remember I left the airport. So when I left the airport, I remember one time I was at Sakomono Beach, and then I was so frustrated and depressed. So I was sitting down there, and then I was just reminiscing on the things in my life and all that. So I was sitting there one time, and then two guys approached me and they said, "You have a problem and you need to tell us your problem and we will help you. Because this is our third time of passing here, you have been here, and something is telling us to come and help you." So I didn't want to at the beginning, but later on I opened up to them and they said, "Oh, we have a place, so let's go." And that was how I went to stay with them. And then, yeah, I went to stay with two strangers, and they were so amazing to me. I had a dream one time that I found myself in a church, and then they were singing, and somebody held my hand to the church, and then to a man, and then he said, "Go here. This is the beginning of who you were destined to be." And 2 days later, somebody called me that there's a church that has a school and needs teachers. And then I went, and then they employed me. That was when I found a young child, like 2 years there, and then the parents loved me, and then they took me in. And that is where I am today.
Wow. Guys, like, I didn't know this story. I only know about she had to be a nanny instead of doing prostitution, blah, blah, blah. Like, wow, I'm really touched, Charlie. I'm going to, like, be more serious in the Lord.
Yeah, God is good.
Wow, like, I'm really touched, guys. Okay, like I said, this is not an inspirational channel, but this story, like, you guys, you need to hear it, okay? So she has more to say on her channel. Please direct them to your channel.
Yeah. So I think for the upgrade of all the stories, I need to take my time and do all the story one after the other. But I think I have some stories there, so you guys could go and chill.
We want fresh. Like, they got your channel because of this video. Yeah. So please give us the nanny story. Complete this story proper. Yeah. Okay, and advise the youth.
So I will advise all the youth based on running away from home that when you are at a particular place and then you are not so comfortable, your spirit doesn't feel okay, that this is where I'm supposed to be, you can leave. and trust human. This advice goes to those in the village that people come there to say, oh, let's go to the city and all that. You have to be very careful. If you don't take care, you find yourself doing prostitution, doing certain things that you are not morally, tuned to do. So you have to be very careful. And secondly, know the principle. Keep the principles that you have. If you were brought up in a godly manner or in the godly morals and principle, don't forget about that one, because it's very important. If you are a child of God, you definitely have to believe that with God all things are possible. When I count the favors and the blessings that God has given me, I've been in Accra for 10 years, but the blessing that God has been bringing people from different places, I'll spend like 200,000 on education and all those things, but my parents has no idea. It has been one grace to the other, and I believe that if you keep on to that faith, God will definitely see you through like the way He has been doing for me.